Hey, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. So, I am home. I'm back in Jersey if you haven't caught the last video. And today I worked. And after work, I decided to make some candles because I'm going to be vending very soon. So, in case you missed the reels that I posted today, I have some caramel apple candles that are going to, well, that I've actually made tonight. So, they're going to be ready for this week. I also have some sweet almond candles, and I also made a few vanilla sugar candles. So just a couple candles just to kind of tie in, the fall season. The caramel apple candle is actually like really, really nice. I'm not really into fall anything, but I realized that there is a crew of people that love, fall scents. So I do have a caramel apple candle that is absolutely, it smells delicious. It smells super delicious. Like, honestly, it's truly reminiscent of, eating an actual caramel coated apple. Super delicious. So, but I wanted to just kind of come on today and just talk about the fact that, like, legit, two people gave me my flowers today while I'm here. I'm like, am I about to check out soon? Like, that'd be so creepy if I did. And then, like, y'all just, had this video to reference. We're not going to speak that into existence because I really have some things that I have to get done before, before my real transition out this life. But what I will say is that today I've had literally two people giving my flowers today. And, you know, like, it's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling because a lot of the time people tend to talk about how inspired by or how great a person was when they have transitioned, or they're no longer performing at a certain capacity. And sometimes you don't get those flowers when you're actually in the journey. But one of the individuals, his name is Manuel, aka Franchise. We went to college together. I haven't seen him since 2000 and sometime between 2005 and 2007, because I went to one campus one year, and I went to the main campus where I met him there in 2005, after between 2005 or 2004, sometime back in the day, basically. But anyway, to make a long story short, I had noticed that, he sent me a friend request, and he had just kind of like liked some of the stuff that I had been posting in regards to business, and just had been really, supportive via the web, Facebook and things of that sort. So, I was like, what, let me just hit him up and say, hey, like, how you been? What's going on? I think a lot of the time, I know for me personally, I haven't really kept in touch with too many people from college. I have like literally a handful of people that I still keep in touch with from college. And there's a lot that I don't, but also too, like, another thing about college for me is that I really didn't get the full on college experience because I was mainly working. I was an RA, I was a front desk manager, I was a full-time student. So I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory. I worked at Bank of America at a certain point in time in college. So a lot of my time was spent in class and working and sleeping because I was exhausted. So, you know, uh, I've worked ever since I was 14 years old. So I've always been motivated by having my own money and being able to buy the things that I want to buy, and especially buy the things that I need, like, not for nothing. And when I was like 14 years old, like, I remember coming home from school, high school, with my working papers. I was excited. I'm like, Ma, you got to sign these papers. I am ready to start working. And, so I've always worked. And on top of me working, I've always just taken the liberty, even in high school, to start buying like my own clothing, my toiletries, and just things like that, because, not because my mother wouldn't buy those things for me. It just made me feel more independent. So, and it's so funny because I'm able to understand that now, but I really didn't process that in that light back then. But I understand that that was my mindset now. So, but anyway, to make a long story short, So, I messaged Manuel and I just said, I said, hey, good morning. It's been forever. I said, how have you been? And thank you for the love and support. And, he said, hey, congratulations. I love everything you were doing. I'm so proud of you. You look good and happy, and I'm happy for you. And he's like, I'm truly like one of your fans in regards to just your craftsmanship and just, your zest to just keep on going with this process. And like, we had a great conversation. We talked about, just marketing and business and, just like friendships and relationships at this place in life, this mid 30 to late 30 mark that we're at. And, it's truly different for everyone. Not everybody's on the same path of having kids and, marriage. And, like for me, I'm single. I have no kids. My children are basically my business, So it was just refreshing to just relate to somebody who understands, sometimes you have to isolate in order to find the best version of yourself. And, sometimes you have to put yourself in awkward positions to be around people who you've never met, never had a conversation with, but, you guys, will soon find out that you share more things in common, So just kind of, stepping out of familiar territory and familiar circles and being in environments that stretch you as a person, because a lot of people, I feel, reach 30 something, they have their families, they have their kids, they have their careers. And I think that a lot of people, subconsciously tap out. A lot of people at a certain point they're existing, but they're not really living. And one of the things that he said was like, I'm just so happy that you're living out this journey. You're living your life, regardless of what it looks like and feels like. And this is really truthfully what it is. Like out I'm living out the journey that's going to get me to the things that I want in life, regardless of what it looks like, feels like, tastes like, and all those are the great things. So, it was just nice connecting with somebody who speaks the same language as you do and really understands and was just super supportive, and even extended the olive branch of helping to connect me with certain, resources in the tri-state area, and even, in Florida, Miami, and things of that sort. So I was just super grateful of that time and that conversation. And Manuel, like I've told you, if you catch this video, like I told you several times today, I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for your energy, your support. I thank you for seeing me in my process, because sometimes sometimes it can be a very lonely journey, but for me, to be surrounded by people and to not be fulfilling my journey, that's not worth it for me. So I'd much rather go alone to fulfill what it is that I'm going out to fulfill. So, and I'll meet those who are meant to be in my space and realm when the time is right. So I thank you for that. I thank you for our conversation. I thank you for giving me my flowers today. Even my ex, he knew I came back from Miami, so he just wanted to stop by and say, do a recap of the trip and, check in. And, I'm not going to put his name out there, but, you know who you are if you check out this video. I thank you for stopping by and saying what's up and, seeing where I was at and just giving me my flowers as well. He always tells me I'm so proud of you. Like, the evolution is real. The evolution is real. Anybody that knows me personally knows that the evolution is really, truly real. So, but nonetheless, I'm not going to rant too much. My candles are almost finished setting for the night, so I'm going to pop some lids on those candles and pop some lids and labels and warning labels on my candles, and just kind of like take it down for the night, watch my show that I missed last night, and enjoy my little popcorn. And this is actually my dinner. Because I actually worked, and immediately after working, I just sat down for about 40 minutes just to like tap out. You sometimes just need that little that tap out where you're not really doing anything, energy going on, and then just hopped onto the candle making. And even in regards to work, I'm thankful to have a job, but there are so many changes going on, so many changes, and I had a little recap and conversation with a coworker about the changes, and everybody's just like, what's going on? Basically, I've been with a specific company for the past 5 years, and this company has gone through changes every year within the management. It's constantly swapping out, managers, people are getting fired, people are leaving, all types of stuff. So I've seen it all. But this most recent transition in management is different because, we went from being not necessarily a small practice. I work in medical. It's not a small practice, but it was a mom and pop owned practice that just had a lot of locations. But then they've allowed a corporate company to buy them out. So like we've gone from seeing, the owners being there to now the owners no longer work there. Even the management who, of course they're not the owners, but the management, the next level down in command, all of these people have literally left in numbers, whether they have been fired or whether they have just decided to leave. So now, I got moved from under my prior supervisor to a whole nother department. And I'm like, this is not what I applied for. I did not apply for this specific position, but, basically they're just going about making these changes and really not consulting with anyone and not even making sure that it's the most logical thing to do for even the structure of the business. Like, when you buy a company, you should kind of know what each person does and really analyze the benefit that they bring to the company, because the way these moves are being played out, you could tell not much thought is going into that. It's just like, this sounds about right for that person, put them there. This sounds about right for that person, put them there. So, but nonetheless, glory be to God. My life existence will not consist of being somebody's employee for the rest of my life. And I'm so glad that, I have started a business because I've had several jobs over, over the course of just my work history. And, a job could love you one day and say to hell with you the next day. I've had two coworkers pass this year and they've been replaced. That's the reality of it. And, of course the company has to still move on. So of course, that happens. But I say all of that to say, it's so important to have a backup plan. I tell people all the time, I know that entrepreneurship is not for everyone and it will test you. And sometimes you will feel like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even want to do this anymore. Or you might just feel like, what is this all worth it for, but then you have moments where you're like, okay, I'm on the right track and this is super fruitful and I really need to just keep with the process. But I just think that considering the climate and how companies work, you have to have something. So you have to have a backup plan. Like you have to have a product to sell, a service to provide, and or both. Because, you could be loved today and hated tomorrow. And I feel like, we have to stop giving people the power to feed and starve us, like seriously. So, is my business at the place where I could say sayonara to a job? No, but let me tell you something. If they decide to let me go, baby, you're going to see Chicasso everywhere. You think you see Chicasso now, you're going to see Chicasso by Whitney LLC everywhere. Okay, know that. So I just say all of that to say, always have a backup plan. And that's it. Always have a backup plan, because that's just what you just need to have. And also use that PTO too. Don't be afraid to use that PTO. Use that damn PTO because it is meant to be used. And let me tell you something. This was the funniest thing that I saw. I saw a meme the other day, and the meme said, the real definition of PTO is prepare the others. That's right. So in your absence, prepare the others to be prepared to work without me for the day. That's it. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble on too long. I just wanted to just drop these jewels and gems on you today. You know, basically the jewels and gems for the recap are to give people their flowers while they're here. Always have a backup plan and use that damn PTO, because the PTO means prepare the others. So prepare the others for your absence. That's it. Anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night. I'm going to finish enjoying this popcorn, wrap these candles up for the night, and watch my show and call it a day. Peace.